Hello, I'm Steve Barham, and I'm an independent emotional researcher. Now, why am I working out? Well, this video is on guilt, and it's the Christmas season, and New Year's is coming up, and we make a lot of resolutions and stuff like that. And so we often feel guilty when we stop working out, okay? And when we fail and we feel guilty. There are many reasons why we feel guilty. Other people can make us feel guilty. They can come down on us with shame and blame and guilt. Or it can be your own fault. The worst things that happen are to ourselves, you know. And so we feel shamed and we feel bad, and depending on what it was, we can feel grief and loss, like with the loss of a pet. Like when I took my cat to the vet and didn't bring him home, I felt a lot of guilt over that. And the death of my pet alligator a long time ago, I had a lot of guilt over that, and a lot of shock. It's a trauma, and there's a lot of shock in trauma. So there's a lot to guilt, because there's a lot of shock in guilt. There's a lot of shock in all negative emotions. And so I'm here to tell you about my technique. There's a technique that works on negative emotions directly, and it works on guilt and the shame and the blame and the agony, and it works also on stress and anxiety and PTSD symptoms, which I've had, and suicidal thoughts, which I've had, and ideation, which I've had, and hysteria and panic attacks and flashbacks and a lot of things. And this is not, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with my amygdala, okay? I think there's just something wrong in the situation that I have going on. And when I lost my thyroid, well, that was a big shock, and a big shock to the body, and it doesn't like that. And now my body is hypersensitive. In other words, the nerves kind of got shot, okay? And you feel out of sorts, and you feel bad, and a lot of guilt, because probably brought it on myself. I had a lot of antibiotic use because I felt like I was always having a sinus infection. It turned out to be a severe case of candida, and I had leaky gut syndrome. That's bowel matter leaking into your body, which goes everywhere, and your autoimmune system attacks it. So your body goes into kind of a toxic shock, okay? So I did it to myself through my own ignorance, okay? And feel pretty guilty about that, okay? Well, you do the technique on that, okay? And those feelings can stop. Those sensations can stop. Emotions are a type of sensation, okay? That's what a feeling is. A feeling is a sensation. Okay, and emotions are one type of sensation, so that's why we say my feelings got hurt. Okay, it hurt me emotionally. That's what that means. Okay, so feelings and emotions are similar. To some people, they are not the same. To some people, they are the same. Okay, it just depends on who you talk to. But as feelings are a sensation of sight, sound, taste, smell, and tactile touch, emotions are an inner sensation, and they happen on your nervous system. They are an electrochemical reaction. Just like on your eye, it's an electrochemical reaction that sends back the vision signals. Okay, and the same with all of your other sensations that come into your nervous system and go up to your brain. Recognized and realized in your mind, that's where everything ends up. And that's why some people will tell you it's all in your head. Okay? Because this is where everything ends up. And this is where everything you have to deal with everything here. Okay? And so with guilt, there's a technique with all negative emotions. It's worked so far for me for 9 years. I'm an independent emotional researcher who has these problems, and everything that I write and do videos on, I've had. Okay, I either have them still or I have had them. Some symptoms have just dropped off and stopped. Flashbacks stop. Okay, panic attacks stop. Okay, I might have a new one, but that particular one can stop. So it's a very good technique. Check out my blog link and try out the emotional survey for me, and give me the emotional states you go through, and also what negative emotions you have trouble with, and I'll do a video on them. Thank you so much. I'm Steve Barham. We'll see you next time. For happiness is no charge, which means no negative emotions. What this works on is called emotional charge, and maybe sometime I'll do another video on that. Take care. See you next time. Going to work out here. Have a great Christmas. Don't fail in your resolution this time. You'll feel better. Okay?